Hello and welcome to the Gold and Silver Club end of week commodities review for the 28th of November 2014, presented by myself, Phil and Nik at the Gold and Silver Club. So today, of course, we shall be reviewing the latest developments in the commodities markets. We'll be analysing the week's performance. The live session will be covering a review of the commodities markets. We'll be reviewing the top trades of the week, live commentary and technical analysis, and of course we'll be answering any questions you may have as well. So before we get started, I'm Phil Carr, professional trader, trainer and speaker. I'm the co-founder and director of the Gold and Silver Club. I specialize in teaching people how to make money from trading the most lucrative financial markets in the world. So gold, silver, oil, natural gas, the agricultural commodities. I've trained thousands of individuals to become independent traders and successfully manage their own investment portfolio, also responsible for the research and development of the Gold and Silver Club trademark strategies. They have a proven track record of generating returns for traders and a regular contributor to a number of financial publications, speak at numerous training seminars, webinars and workshops. Joining me in running the Gold and Silver Club is Nik, professional trader, investment analyst and speaker. Nik began his career within private wealth management in 2002 before making the transition into proprietary trading. And prior to co-founding the Gold and Silver Club, spent several years coaching professional fund managers and traders internationally for some of the world's top-tier hedge funds and investment banks. And through his first-hand relationship with some of the world's most successful traders, discovered the formula, mindset and tools that can give any individual the definitive edge to trade in any economy. Also regularly writes for a number of global business and financial publications that have appeared frequently on financial television. Okay, so that's just a bit of background on the Gold and Silver Club. We'll take a look at the price of gold at the moment, actually looking very interesting. We're currently trading at $1,181 per ounce. So we'll take a look at the technicals very shortly. Before we do so, we'll go through our top trades of the week. This week has been very lucrative. So these are using the Gold and Silver Club signature trading strategies. And yesterday, we did have a fantastic news trading opportunity on crude oil. We saw actually crude oil come down and break 4-year lows yesterday after OPEC decided not to cut oil output to support prices. So we had some fantastic sell short opportunities. So first of all, we had a sell short on WTI crude oil for a total of 420 points over the course of yesterday's announcement. 140 points risk, so $1,400 risk for $4,200 profit for a 3-to-1. We also had a very similar, very good risk reward trade on Brent crude oil, and the risk on this trade was 160 points, so $1,600 profit for a gain of 490 points, so $4,900 profit for a 3-to-1 risk to reward. And finally, we had a lovely breakout trade over the last week on Palladium. We had a buy going back to last Friday, which has just come almost up to the resistance channel now. The risk on the trade, $1,100 for 340 points profit for $3,400 profit for a 3-to-1. So some lovely gains over this week. And what we'll do now, we'll just move into the technicals, so we'll have a look at how the markets are shaping up today for, it's the day after Thanksgiving in the US today, so it's Black Friday. And we'll take a look at, first of all, we'll have a look at oil here. So oil, we can see we had a significant sell-off yesterday. Again, just going back to OPEC announcement where they decided not to cut oil to oil output to support the prices, and we've just seen a huge sell-off yesterday. It was over 550 to 600 point sell-off in total from the daily high to the daily low. We can see at the moment it is the last day of November today. We're certainly likely to see some profit taking here. We can see we're getting a bit of a retracement on the daily here. Nice hammer rejection candle forming right around yesterday's low here. So we may get a retracement here just in the short term, and then we could get a continuation as we go into next week again. So in the short term, we may well get a retracement going up to circa around the 74 level. If we get a break above 74, we could even retrace as high as 75.96 here. Do keep an eye on that. It may be that we have a reduced volatility today, and that retracement doesn't kick in until next week. On the flip side of that, we're just having a look at Brent crude oil at the moment. On the flip side of that, if we were to break through the lows here, So if we get a break below the 71 level, that will certainly, we'll see further downside. We are quite oversold at the moment for oil, so I'm not necessarily expecting that today, but I would expect a continuation of this overall primary trend as we go into December. But in the short term here, likely to see some profit taking. I wouldn't go short here right now until we see some sort of a retracement or you have further confirmation. For example, we break through yesterday's lows. Looking at light sweet crude oil, very similar situation. Got a little bit of a retracement forming just at the moment on the daily, right around near to yesterday's lows here. Nice hammer forming on the daily. Again, I'll be looking for a retracement to see if we can get up to 70.55 level today for a retracement. Possibly if we were to get a full-on retracement here and take out some of the shorts here as they start to take the profits off the table, could get a retracement as high as 72.22, but again, I don't think that will occur until next week if we do get that retracement. But we are quite oversold here, so I wouldn't be looking to sell at these levels until we get the next setup. Ideally, what you want to do is you want to see some sort of retracement here, come back up to the upper end of this trend channel, and then you can take the market back down for another sell short opportunity in line with the primary trend. So that's what we're seeing at the moment on oil. If we move over to natural gas, I do like this formation that we've got at the moment. You can see here we're just sitting on a support zone, which we could quite easily just come down through and break. 4.180 is a level I'm looking for us to break here. So you can see we've got a very clear V-shaped reversal pattern essentially. So you've just got a neckline which is sitting right at today's low. So we're sitting circa around 4.181. We did see quite a large sell-off going back to last Friday. So we closed the day with a bearish engulfing candle, which just followed through, gap down. You can see we actually filled the gap over 48 hours across Monday and Tuesday. So we had quite an extreme gap here actually on natural gas, which is why you want to be a bit careful about holding any natural gas positions over the weekend. We had a 240 point gap. That gap did fill within 48 hours there, and then we're just in a continuation of a sell-off here. You can see we're getting lower swing lows here, lower swing highs as this V-shaped reversal pattern is starting to form. So I'm just looking for a break now, 4.180, and just keeping the previous trend channel in play here, which has been quite important, which often happens. You know, we've got previous support zone which became resistance, broke above that resistance, and this could become new support. So this is what I would be looking at technically for the next support zone, just coming down for about a 90-point move down to 4.086. So we'll see whether that does occur this afternoon. Okay, moving on to the metals, I'll start off looking at platinum here, which is trying to form a base at the moment. If we just have a look at platinum at the moment, we do have a trend channel which is on its way. It's a slow grind up here. We have really come down to some significant lows here, 4-year lows post the FOMC in October, and we're starting to really form a bit of a base here and starting to form a new trend channel here. So I do like it based on quite a lot of confluence here with the higher time frames. You can see we've got nice rejections on the monthly, on the weekly, and also it's looking quite good here on the daily for further upside. It's not really, we're not seeing some huge breakouts here, just slow grind to the upside. So I do favour platinum for as long as we come into December. Palladium, we've had some nice longs on palladium, and looking really for this next key resistance to break above $810 an ounce. That is really the next key resistance zone. We've got a nice neckline there as well for us to break. We've had quite a few days of gains now, about 6 days of gains. We broke out of this consolidation. So again, palladium, seasonality wise, it looks good, and also technically palladium is looking good for more upside here. So I do like platinum and palladium currently for more upside. Moving over to gold. Gold here is just this morning actually coming back to retest the lower end of the trend channel. Do make sure you got these channels in place, because this will be important to see whether we hold these levels. We've also got a swing low here just going back to 1175, which if that remains intact, we could see further upside here for gold. We are definitely getting a bit of a pullback today. Gold has pulled back in line with oil, so the bigger plunge in oil that we had yesterday has put pressure certainly on the metals, but we do have a clear trend channel here as well, which is holding, and we do have the Swiss referendum on Sunday, which is going to be very important regarding gold. So this could cause some big volatility on the Monday, or the Sunday open through to Monday as well. So we'll be looking out for that, whether we get strong buying on Sunday or whether we break support here. So gold looking very interesting at the moment. I'd like to see whether we are going to hold on to this trend channel, whether we will hold on to previous swing lows. So gold testing right the lower end of the channel at the moment. There does seem to be a bit of a rejection here just on the lower time frames here. You can see this rejection candle forming is just about holding at the moment. We really like to see how gold's going to close today to really get a better idea of whether we can get some additional longs in. Moving over to silver. Silver, actually, previous resistance channel is now becoming a support channel. You can see getting a little bit of a bounce off that this morning. Having a pullback right now. Again, if we do come down and break through these previous swing lows going back to 1588, we'd expect more downside down to around 1563. But for the time being, silver and gold just about holding on to their trend channels. You can see here quite clearly on silver, the channel which we've got in place at the moment. If I just adjust this ever so slightly, we can see that quite clearly, this new channel starting to develop. So do keep an eye on that for silver. I don't think it's due a breakdown just yet. It needs to break down further here. And even if it does break down, if it closes back within this channel, we could certainly see more upside. So do keep an eye on that for silver. Copper has broken down quite a lot. So copper slid to 8-month lows just this morning, actually heading for its biggest weekly loss since March. Oil, again, oil futures triggered selling across commodities, while other worries about slowing global growth also pressured the prices of copper. Now, copper is coming down to an interesting channel here. You can see the lower end of the channel is starting to get retested, and I'm looking just at this key support below at 2.9028. So we're certainly breaking down, but we are following these trend channels perfectly with copper. Just going back to July here, I mean, you can really see this. Just a raw chart. You don't really need a lot of detail on this to be able to see very clearly where the market is coming down to. So we're looking for really rejection around this trend channel. Look for a counter trend trade to trade it back up to the upper end, to this resistance zone, but we need confirmation. So if it does just continue to slice through, we've got on the larger time frames, this is quite a major support zone. So if it does slice through there, we could look for further downside, but we'll be looking to take advantage of some shorter term day trades if we get rejection. You can see it's actually heading down for it at the moment. I wouldn't be surprised at all if we just come down and hit that level, 2.9028. That's what I would look at today. I think copper is going to be a good one to watch actually today for rejection around that level. So do keep an eye on that, as well as oil for any retracements today. Looking at the US dollar index, which often moves inversely to the metals, we're just consolidating at the moment. So we are staying fairly range bound. You can see a little bit of a doji forming. The volatility is reduced a little bit. Bullish day for the US dollar index yesterday, which has put some pressure on the metals, but we want to see how today is going to, how we're going to form today on the US dollar. Currently a little doji there, gapped on the open a bit, but if we get selling pressure on the US dollar index today, that will give us support for the metals and vice versa. Moving over now to the softs, we'll have a look at the coffee market. So coffee right now, we're actually still starting to, we're still staying within this upward trending channel at the moment. So we can see that on coffee right now. Not much volatility so far today. We do have a setup here from yesterday, which we can take a look at. Actually, just going back to Wednesday here, we've got potential for more upside here if the lower end of the trend channel does hold here. But at the moment, coffee, for me, it's not, I'd like to get more clarity on this. We just go out to the higher time frames. Yeah, got a lot of indecision on coffee at the moment on the higher time frame. So I would like to wait for further price structure on coffee at the moment, but at the moment we are certainly holding on to this upward trending channel for the time being. Moving over also to the soft. So we did get a pullback on corn and wheat, but the cold weather in the US has certainly given us a little bit of a breakout on both corn and wheat over the last few days, as there's worries about the crops out there due to the cold weather being damaged. The crop's been damaged, so we have seen really a continuation after a pullback on corn here. We've got a secondary trend channel actually, which is, you can see it's starting to form here as well, which is parallel to the support channel. So that seems to be just giving corn a lift at the moment. The next swing high really, if corn is going to get higher here to take out would be the 380 zone. So that's what we'll be looking at in corn for more upside here. And also moving over to wheat. Wheat actually has had a better move. You can see this secondary channel as well, which is also playing out for wheat. Wheat just needs to really get back above the 565 level. It is going to come into quite a lot of resistance, which you can see here just previously on the chart. It's definitely a bent area around the 565 to 570 zone. So a breakout above that level, and we could really get some decent breakouts to the upside. Or if it reverses from this level, we may get some good sell short opportunities. That will certainly be an event area. Okay, so just question from Karthik Crusher. So can we expect reverse from this level for gold? Okay, well, let's have a look. Yeah, at the moment, gold, we're sitting right at the lower end of a trend channel. You know, we've got a previous swing low is still in place here right now. 1175 is going to be important. For me, it's all about the daily close today. So we could even break down a little bit today, but we are seeing a lot of buying on gold. The volumes represent this as well. If you take a look at the volumes, some of the volume spikes we've been getting on gold, they do represent quite a lot of strong buying here. So let me just add, you can see this huge volume spike on the market, just going back to the day after FOMC, after we had a sell-off. So there is definitely some strong hands in gold who are buying up these pullbacks. So I would be a little bit cautious about selling into gold at the moment, particularly as we've got quite a lot of good confluence with other metals such as platinum, palladium, which are looking quite strong at the moment. So for me, I want to see how gold closes today. If it breaks through this trend line and it breaks down, let's say if it closes around the 1160 level, I would not be, I'd be looking for potential sell opportunities as we go into next week. But if we hold on to this trend channel and we form a rejection around this level, I will be looking for long opportunities this week as we go into next week. Also, the Swiss referendum on Sunday, that's going to be fundamentally a very important announcement for gold as to whether we're going to break down or we get supported, and whether we'll get a rally into early next week. So that's what I would look at. Yep, no problem at all, Karthika. Yep, fantastic. Okay, great. So that's it really for the main technicals which we are going to look at as we go into next week. So it's quite a lot for us to take on board, and a few setups for us to certainly keep an eye on. So with that, guys, if you'd like to take your trading to the next level, you can, of course, find out more about our upcoming live trading room, our live trading room program. You can join and find out more about that. Very simply, request information on the Gold and Silver Club live trading room program and daily trade calls. You'll get access to exactly the same charts as we do, with the addition of all the indicators that the Gold and Silver Club use. You'll join our international community of traders. You'll have access to all of our strategies. So you can find out more about that at www.jointhegoldandsilverclub.com or contact us at our Johannesburg office, telephone +27 11083 8403, or office at thegoldandsilverclub.com. So do make sure you get in touch if you're interested in joining our live trading room. And of course, make sure you subscribe to our newsletter. You'll get free weekly gold report on precious metals, energies, and on agriculture. You'll get live market analysis and prices. So just go to our website to subscribe to that. Excellent. Okay, so with that, I will leave that slide up for you all, for those of you who would like to find out more, and we'll catch you back here same time next week. Right, so with that, have a great weekend, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.